I stayed married to the same man for 42 years. He never hit me. He never shouted loudly enough for the neighbors to hear. And for a very long time, I told myself that meant everything was fine. But at 75 years old, I finally understand something I wish someone had told me when I was young. A man does not have to raise his hand to slowly break your heart. Sometimes the deepest wounds are the ones no one else can see. And the most dangerous kind of love is the one that quietly erases you. What happened inside that marriage took me decades to understand. And today I want to tell you the truth. Good day, dear viewers. My name is Margaret Norvale. I am 75 years old, and I live in Savannah, Georgia. Thank you sincerely for taking the time to listen to my story today. On this channel, I share reflections and life experiences that many people carry quietly in their hearts. If you appreciate thoughtful stories like this, I warmly invite you to subscribe to the channel. And if this story reminds you of something from your own life, please feel free to share your experiences in the comments below. Your story may help someone else feel less alone. When I was a young woman, I believed love could overcome anything. I believed patience could soften a difficult heart. And I believed kindness, if given long enough, could change a person. So every time he dismissed my feelings, I made excuses. Every time he ignored my pain, I told myself he was simply tired. And every time he made me feel small, I convinced myself it was temporary. Friends and family admired my patience. They said I was loyal. They said I was devoted. They said I was a good wife. But what they could not see was that little by little, I was disappearing. Years passed. From the outside, our life appeared perfectly ordinary. I smiled when guests visited. I laughed during conversations, and I played the role everyone expected me to play. But inside our home, something important had slowly faded away. Respect. Every disagreement ended the same way, not with understanding, not with comfort, only silence. Silence gradually became the loudest thing in my life. I stayed because I remembered the man he used to be, or perhaps the man I hoped he might become. Hope can be a beautiful thing, but sometimes hope becomes a cage, and before you realize it, you are living inside that cage, waiting for a change that never arrives. One morning, after many years, I looked at myself in the mirror. The woman staring back at me seemed tired, not just physically, but deeply, emotionally tired. That was the moment I finally understood something that had taken me decades to learn. Love without respect is empty, no matter how long you wait. No matter how many times you forgive. Forgiveness cannot repair a heart that refuses to change. Protecting your own heart is not selfish. It is necessary. If there is one lesson I wish every young woman could understand, it is this. Endurance is not the same as love. You should never have to make yourself smaller simply to keep someone else comfortable. Real love listens. Real love respects. Real love protects the spirit of the person it claims to cherish. And if respect is absent, sometimes the bravest decision you can make is to walk away. Thank you sincerely for listening to my story today. If it touched your heart, please consider subscribing to this channel. And if you feel comfortable sharing, I warmly invite you to tell your own story in the comments below. Sometimes the most powerful healing begins when we finally speak our truth.